All right, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. And tonight we are going to be here with the National Online Motorsports Association Super Speedway Series for their last race in the round of 8. So they are going to be coming down to the wire as they are going to be off next. I believe they are going to be off next week, and they are going to come back the week after, and they are going to have their championship race. Well, tonight is going to be the Make It Easy at Talladega. We'll take a look at our points, and here we go. Robert Duvidecki is going to be sitting in the top spot for Shooter McGavin Motorsports. You got Matthew Frittz. He is going to be sitting right there in second. You got Reedinger. He is going to be sitting in third. Wilder in fourth. Poston in fifth. Akers in sixth. You got Mark Vega in seventh, and you got Justin Parham in eighth. So you need to either point your way into the round of 4 or for the championship 4, or you need a win. And Matthew Frittz did get a win last week, and so he has locked himself in to the round of 4. Well, tonight's race is gonna be the second race of the round of 8, like I said, and we will be doing 70 laps here at Talladega, and we will have one fast repair. We will have unlimited tires, 3 green and white checkers, and no stages. So hopefully we will see a lot of green flag racing, and I would be showing qualifying, but you know, being in a hurry, trying to get loaded in, trying to get everything set up, and helping. Miss Amanda, my other broadcaster, she is on the Twitch stream, our secondary channel. I messed up and loaded in as a driver, so you will see my last name up there, but I am not racing. I am commentating. So I apologize about that, or I would be showing that qualifying. But while we got a few minutes and we've already been through the points, let's go ahead and take a look at our sponsors for this evening.
When I was a little boy, and my job was to drag the bales into piles of 10 or 12, so the high school boys that helped us didn't have to chase them down one by one just to get them on the wagon. Made it a little more efficient. And it was a really small part of the operation, but they appreciated it, and it made me feel like part of their team, and I'll never forget how that felt. By the time I was about 10 or so, I became the driver, and my daddy's message was real clear. Throw it in four-wheel drive and keep it between the fences, boy. And I fell in love with the freedom. There's a unique feeling that comes with a job well done, a sweetness born from the sweat and the dirt that only comes from the sweat and the dirt. But the sweetest feeling was the ride home. Dusk, windows down, radio up, smell of fresh cut hay in the air, and a smile on my daddy's face. In this life, we all want belonging, authenticity, to feel important. We just want to feel like home.
All right, it looks like everybody is starting to get gridded in for tonight's race. Just make sure I got all my sound correct. And it looks like we do. All right, let's take a look at the qualifying lineup. And once again, I am not going to be in there. We got Reedinger right there in the number one position. He was able to grab the pole right there. Next to him is going to be Robert Morrison, so he's going to be starting on the outside. You got Chris Akers. He's going to be starting in third. You got Mark Vega going to be starting in fourth. You got Will Weber going to be starting in fifth. J.R. Johnson is going to be starting in sixth, and we got playoff driver Justin Parham going to be starting in seventh. Eighth is going to be Joseph Fogg. Ninth is going to be Jay Stenson. Sean Wilder going to be starting in the 10th spot. Randy Bonomi is going to be starting in the 11th. Ronnie Morrison is going to be starting in 12th. JR is going to be starting in 13th. Joey Hickox is going to be starting in 14th. You got Russ Hancock. He is going to be starting in 15th. Todd Poston is going to be starting in 16th. Playoff driver number 48 of Matthew Frittz. He is going to be starting 17th. Sam Boutwell is going to be starting in 18th. DJ Madish is going to be starting in 19th. John Bell is going to be starting in 20th. Frank Granger Jr. is going to be starting in 21st. And let me bring that down just a little bit. He Wins is going to be starting in 22nd. Robert Duvendak is going to be 23rd. And Tyler Clemens is going to be 24th. And I'm loaded in there as 25th. And we are rolling here at Talladega. We're going to take that long pace lap around, and then we are going to be going green flag racing. And we got Raymond Daniels out there saying good luck to Manny Ray's Mafia team. Nancy is out there. Hello, race fans. Are you ready for a fun-fulfilled event? Stay tuned. I'm sure it will not be disappointing. Got Alex Giffen out there. Hate that I'm stuck at work. Good luck, Forex. Alex, I'm sorry to hear that you're stuck at work. I know it does happen. But glad to see you out there on the stream, and somebody they just killed the cone. But glad to see you out there, supporting your league drivers, your fellow league drivers. So thank you for stopping by and spending your work evening with us. Well, we would have driver reviews tonight, but I did have a problem getting them loaded in. But we do have great camera views, and hopefully we will see some great racing here tonight. Maybe we'll see the big one, maybe we won't, but they only have one fast repair, so hopefully they'll take it easy until the very end. And we are going to throw that track map up there so you can see where these drivers are going to be. And there they are. They're coming into turn number 3. Pace car lights are out, and we're about to get ready to go green flag racing here at Talladega. We make it easy. All right, pace car is going to be off. Leader is coming through the tri-oval, waiting for the Geico restart zone, waiting for the command to go. And here we go. Right about now, green flag is out, and our green flag is presented by Manny Ray's, proud sponsor of the NOMA Series. And green flag is out, and we have a really good lineup on the bottom. And you have that 43, you have the 24, you have the 4, you have the 9 right there on that bottom side. They are going to be nosing themselves out front. So the top 3 have cleared the 43 on the top side, but looks like the 9 is going to go towards the back, maybe help some teammates. But the 43 is going to have a heck of a push on the outside, and we're already going to have 3 wide racing, and it looks to be. Let's see if I can catch a number on that car. It is going to be the 91 of Sean Wilder. He is going to be 3 wide with the 31 of Joey Hickox right there behind him, giving him a little bit of draft help. They only have 2 cars, so let's see how far they can make it up through the field with just those 2 cars. Looks like the 91 bailed out. He was not ready to go take it 3 wide any other laps because he did not have enough cars, so he moved down to the middle lane. And it looks like that 24 is still going to be leading the race with the 4 in tow. And then you have the 19 of Justin Parham, another Parham. He is going to be another playoff driver coming into turn number 1. They are pretty much still going to be nose to tail with the 13 in tow right there, and that is going to be Jay Stenson. He does have a new paint new paint on that car. So it is not his traditional colors, but that Blue Ridge Auto Group car still looks pretty darn good. Red and black and white, gotta love it. And it looks like the 43 is going to jump up to the high line, and they are going to be a 3-wide racing. He's got a 73 right there behind him. That is going to be J.R. Johnson trying to give that 43 a little bit of help on the outside. And here comes the 31. He is going to look up to the high line. He is going to be making the pass on Sam Boutwell in that 47 on in the middle. And it is still going to be 3-wide racing. You got 5 cars in the top. You got about 8 cars, or 7 or 8 cars in the middle, and all the rest are going to be on that bottom line. So great racing here so far. And you got a small little 3-car pack right back here, and that's going to be Robert Duvedek, the 9 of Will Weber, and Tyler Clements. They are going to be right there in that little 3-car pack, and putting some teamwork in here early on. Now, if it does go green, you will see these cars switch positions, as they're going to try to save as much fuel, as they can. You got the 55 of Albie Hewen right there. He is a newcomer. I believe he's a newcomer. Now, don't get me wrong. I have not seen that car or that name, so he might be joining in, here later on in the race, and filling the field up and seeing what he can do. But glad to have him. Glad to call that number. And he did give me a little bit of pronunciation, so I was able to get that, I hope. Well, a lot of shuffling up front, and it is going to be 3 wide, and Chris Akers is going to be right now scored the leader, and he has got Jay Stinson right there behind him, and you got the 43 still working on the outside. You got the 2 right, the 2 of JR, where is he at? Oh, the 2 is right there. That's the Navy car. Okay, we got it. He's going to be pushing at 24 right there, and still Akers is going to be in the lead, and you got Kenneth E. is going to be right there in a second place. So a lot of tight pack racing so far, and you still have this little pack back here, and they have kind of split up just a little bit, but they do have the draft, so no chance of them really losing. They can get nose to tail and catch up pretty darn quickly, and like I said, they still have that low line draft. But riding back up front, like I said, 3 wide racing here for the last 4 laps. They went 3 wide right there on the second lap, and Reedinger, he is going to be right there taking over that top spot once again. You got Randy Benobi, he is going to be back here. That's one of those. That is the H&H Tractor Works, number 66. Got the 19 out there, push right there behind the 66, and you're going to see teammates really get in line and see what they can do to help each other out. You got, what would you do for a contact bar? That's going to be Russ Hancock. He is going to be 4th in line on that bottom line. I love Klondikes. Ooh, and he gets a little bit squirrely. Oh, and he does save it. No harm, no foul. Doesn't look like he's got any damage done to that race car. But he's going to come down to the backstretch. People are going to give him a little bit of room. He's going to be courteous and not come up on the track and ruin anybody's night. And he's going to put himself right there behind Frank Ranger Jr. in that Fanatec number 17. Looks like the 37 of Joseph Fogg. He's going to tuck it in right there behind the 25. And that is going to be DJ Madish. Now, I raced in the Truck Series. I wasn't able to make it on Saturday. We had a few issues, so I had to step in and broadcast just a little bit, and I'm sorry I missed that. I heard it was a pretty darn good race at Atlanta. Oh, we got some contact. The 5 is going to be around. 25 is going to be around.
Yellow flag is out.
Wow. And they are still wrecking, and let's go back and take a look and see how all that unfolded. And we're going to stop it right there. We're going to find the best camera view that we can find. Let's go to TV2 and see if we can do that. We're going to ride with the 43 of Robert Morrison, and we're going to back it up just a little bit. And it kind of started with a little bit of wiggling back and forth. So this is going to be our first caution of the night, and maybe camera 3 is going to be the one that we want. There you see the 66. He is going to come up the track just a little bit. Ford's going to dive it down to the low lane right there in front of the 24. The 66 dives it right back in. So they are still going to be 3 wide. Now the 73 may have given No, it looks like I kind of missed that. Well, let's go to a rear chase view, and let's hit up to 43. So it looks like the 43 and maybe was trying to get a little bit of a side draft and got into the side of Justin Parham, and that's what's going to really make all this unfold. But they are going to be 4 wide for a minute. 43 gets into 73, 73 gets into 5 gets into 25, and it was just a chain reaction from there. 17 might have squeaked through as a look at the gap he just shot for, and he kind of made contact with the 47, and it is all still happening right there behind him. But luckily for them, they do have that fast repair, and we will probably see a little bit of tempers fly here tonight. And Nancy says, I like hot dog bars also. I'm not a fan of the candy flavored ones. I didn't know they had candy flavored ones. I probably wouldn't be a fan of them either. I like original. Why you gotta have so many choices? But one thing I do love is I love some Reese's Pieces, and that is, or is that Reese's Cups? Either way, I love Reese's. Reese's Pieces, Reese's Cups, they are one of my favorites, and that is going to be Chris Akers. Well, while we are under caution, one of our caution flag is going to be presented by the Pit Stall, and that is a proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports Association. So glad to have them on our caution flag. Hopefully we don't see a lot of those, but if we do, we'll see a lot of the Pit Stall. But speaking of the Pit Stall, we do have their ad. So stand by. We're going to go side by side while we are under caution.
We are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we? We are the Pit Stall Racing Series. We are the...
All right, the Pit Stall Racing Series. Glad to have them on board with the NOMA Super Speedway Series. Now, Chris Akers was able to get out of his pit, and it looks like the 24 may have had a little bit of problems as he is still in the pits. Not exactly sure what he's doing. Maybe he's gassing that thing up, or he got a penalty. Not exactly sure, but he's still in the pits along with DJ Madish. He is going to be out. He is going to save that fast repair as long as he can. Sean Wilder, he was missing a hood. He probably had to take that fast repair. But, you know, while we are under caution, you know, I wasn't able to really get it going. But, you know, let's meet the drivers that made it into the playoffs. And I do believe I have that video. Oh, sorry, wrong screen. Well, I guess my video is not there anymore. It went bye-bye for whatever reason. So I did have a video, and I played it last week, and for whatever reason, it's not here tonight. So, but that's okay. We have quite a few playoff drivers out there. So far, our biggest movers of the race is going to be that number 48 of Matthew Frittz. He is going to be up 14 positions. You got JR. He is going to be right there up 11. He is going to be restarting in second. I think his last name is Shicumber. I think. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. We're just going to call him JR. But another big mover is going to be He Wins. He is going to be right there, up 13 spots from where he started. You got Frank Ranger Jr. He is going to be up 11 spots from where he started. He's going to be starting on the outside in 10th. Sam Boutwell, he is going to be up 7 positions, and DJ Madish is going to be up 7 as well. 24 is going to be back here, down 12 positions. Not a problem. This is a super speedway. He's got the 25 right there with a little bit of damage, and we are getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. So, 2 on the outside being pushed by the 48. That is going to be probably a very good matchup right there. The 48 does push. You know, we saw him last week. He can push a racer. You know, he can be a good pusher. Then you got a 31 right there right there behind him, and a 66. So you got a couple teammates right there lined up together. And here we go. We are about to go green flag racing once again through the tri-oval to the Geico restart zone. 60 laps to go.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. Once again, our green flag is presented by Manning Race, proud sponsor of NOMA, the National Online Motorsports Association. Well, it looks like the 48 is going to drop down to the bottom and cut off Chris Akers, and he is going to pretty much shut the door on the 2. JR got pretty much hung out on the bottom side. He's going to try to use a little bit of that side draft, but the 48 decided he wanted the lead, and he wanted to lead this thing early. And he does have the lead. He's got Chris Akers right there behind him. JR is going to still be working on that outside. He's got Jay Stinson to his inside, and got 31 of Joey Hickox. He's going to be right there on the outside behind that too with Randy Bonomi. He is going to be in that 66 machine, that black and purple number 66, black, purple, and white. And they are pretty much lined up with the 17 of Frank Ranger Jr. up in the top 10. Side by side, no 3-wide action just yet. I guess they decided to calm it down just a little bit because there is still a lot of racing left to go. And I do want to check on the 25 of DJ Madish. Yeah, his car is hurt, so he is going to go. He is going to go towards the back, probably a little bit further. You got Robert Morrison. He is just now crossing over the start-finish line. John Bell, he is going to be right there, 1 lap down. He was one of those cars involved in an incident. So, if the caution does come back out, he will be the first car 1 lap down, and he will be able to get that lap back. Look at the 13 of Jay Stinson. He is going to be working on that outside. That Blue Ridge Auto Group is trying to make a way to the front and lead a lap with the two's assistance, but it looks like the 4 has something to say about it. He wants to lead another lap, so he is going to jump to the outside. He's going to have that 13 pushing him to the lead, and he does have it as he crosses over the start-finish line. That 4 does have the lead, so that puts Matthew Frittz in 2nd. Oh, you got a little bit of a wiggle from the 37. He may have hit the apron just a little bit, slid up the track, but he did not cause any problems with any other cars because he did not make contact. So you got to be careful on that bottom line, as that apron will sneak up and get you. Now we got a little bit of a 3-wide action, and I do believe that's going to be the 99. That's going to be Robert Dubedak. You got the 31 sliding up there. Got to be careful of that wall. It will reach out and grab you, and that safer barrier will not let go, and it can cause you a lot of problems. But it looks like the 31, the 99 are going to be up there. It looks like the 66 is going to join him, and nope, he's not going to have enough time to get there. They are almost 4-wide racing, and here comes the 48. He is going to drop down in front of the 2 of JR. That is going to move Matthew Frittz up to the lead as of right now. He's still got that 13 machine right there on the top side, and that flat woods number 31 of Hickox pushing him, and it looks like they are going the wrong way. But as they get that line formed up really well, they are going to be able to make some moves. They're going to have the 99. He's going to drop down to the bottom, and it looks like the 56 wanted to drop back behind the 99, but he had too much momentum and wasn't able to get there. So it is still going to be green flag racing. When Mark Vega actually coming into the picture, he is going to be running 9th in that middle. He is going to be running in the back of that middle lane, and he just blinked out on us, playing peekaboo with the camera. Maybe he's just a little bit camera shy, but we love watching Mark race. He was going to be right there in 11th, that Toyota Supra, that number 55 Toyota Supra. He is making some moves, and let's see if we can go in a little bit closer and see what kind of paint he has on that. That's going to be too fast for racing. Uh-oh. Everybody might want to look out. They got some competition in here. So 4 cars on the bottom lane are going to try to make some moves, trying to do a little bit of breakaway, but the 2 of JR, he is going to have something to say about that. Will Weber is going to work himself up into the top 5. We're going to go back to the fan cams. Let's see what the fans see from the stands. And that's a whole lot of nice racing right there. Coming through the tri-oval past the Geico restart zone. They are going to be coming flying by the fans and flying by this. Got 1 car on the outside. That is going to be the 66 of Randy. Not going to be up there by himself because that is where you go backwards. The 1 car cannot not hang on for very long, even with the side draft. So he is going to move himself all the way back. But it looks like everybody else wanted to try the high line once again, and it looks like Mark Vega is going to be leading that pack with the 13, 31, going to bail on him, and with the 5, that is the lap down of John Bell. That Monster Energy number 5 has a little bit of work to do if he wants to get his lap back, but if we do see a caution, which is, we have a 50-50 shot of seeing that caution happen, he will get the lap back if he is not involved. 2 still on the outside. He is going to be trying to work on the outside of Chris Akers. Is Akers going to let him by? He's got Will Weber trying to push with all he has. He's got the 32 of Todd Poston right there behind him. And a little bit of wiggle, and that's going to push Will Weber up top, and they're going to make it 3 wide. And how long can he hold on to that? It looks like the 32 is going to shut the door on the 9. So that number 9 is probably going to go towards the back here very shortly. Coming in to turn number 3. See where everybody's out. The 43 is going to be, the last car on the lead lap, and he is going to be way back there. He is just now coming into turn 1, so the leaders will be catching him very, very shortly. You got DJ Madish. He is about a half a track behind, so he is waiting for that caution. Maybe he can get that fast repair out of the way and get back up here battling for some positions. But the way it's looking, there's a lot of green flag racing right now. So you know what? With it being green flag racing, let's go ahead and crank this bad boy up. All right, and we are back, and hopefully you like the horsepower flying by these cameras. I love to hear those cars fly by. It just shouts out speed. Well, it looks like Chris Akers is still going to be out front leading with that Manny Race number 48. He is going to be right there pushing that number 4 as hard as he can. He does have the 37 of Joseph Fogg right there on the bottom side. He is going to be trying to work his way into the 3rd position, but you still have the 2 hanging out on the outside. Now, we did see, and while we were under the crank it up, we did see a little bit of contact, but everybody held it, and that was amazing. You know, these guys are doing 190 plus miles an hour coming down that backstretch, and it is very hard. Once you make a little bit of contact, it's hard to keep that car under control. But these guys did it, and they kept it green, and we'll put that tower back up so you can see how many laps we got. We are 22 laps in. We don't have a lot of laps left to go. We only have 48 laps to go, so this race is flying by, and I don't want to see it go because it is such good racing. And then we will be off for a week, and then we will have the championship. We are going to be 3 wide as the Klondike. Klondike, that's going to be Russ Hancock. He is going to be right there in the middle of that 3 wide situation with Mark Vega. He is going to be right there, and I'm still learning names. I've been here for a few weeks, still learning names. And they changed their paint schemes on me, so I'm like, oh, I just got used to that. But still, he was stuck in the 3 wide situation, but it looks like they are going to go back 2 wide for a minute, and looks like we have the 31, the 13, and the 99 going to still be up on that top side. So let's see if they can make that little 3-car train make it happen, and nope, they're going to dive it right back in line and make it 2 wide racing. Now they do have the 25 of DJ Mattis. He is going to stay up top. He is going to let everybody by. He's got a little bit of right side damage, and he is going to pretty much let everybody fly right on by. And look how much slower he is. He's doing 174 miles an hour. Even with the draft, I don't believe he's going to be able to keep up. There you see the 24. He is going to be passing right out by. But the good thing is, oh, well, wait a minute. He's picking up a little bit of speed, so maybe this is what he needed. He needed this big pack. Maybe he can catch up to the 5, past the 5, and that's going to be a battle for the first car 1 lap down. But I believe if he's not going to be tucked up, he's not going to be able to keep that much speed as, let's see what the leader, how fast the leader's doing. About 185 miles an hour, so they're pretty much matched. If he can stay in that draft, he will be okay, and he will be able to challenge for that lucky dog spot. Still a lot of shuffling around going on, and it looks like we are still going to be 3 wide up here towards the front. And that's going to be Robert Duvendak leading that 2-car pack up on that top side with the 343 of Hancock trying to make some moves on that high line. Now we almost have a battle for the lead, and that is going to be that 31 of Joey Hickox. That Flatwood Chevrolet Camaro, he is trying to make some moves, and we saw him, you know, I believe he's got a little bit of damage on the back of that race car, so he's been in an incident or gotten a bump a little bit too hard, but he is still out here in, you know, battling for the lead in that 2nd lane. There you see the 13, you have the 2 of JR. He is going to be right there in that mix also. J.R. Johnson, that is. Junior. From Gainesville, Georgia. So he's not too far away from me here in Auburn, Alabama. Do I know the track? I can get that information for you. Just give me 1 second. And actually, no. So the regular season champion is going to make that choice. So I don't have that information as of yet. But hopefully, maybe I can get that from our race control. And I can message him real quick. Robert Gray. Well, I will try to find out that information as soon as possible. I don't know how fast I will be able to get that information. but I'll try to find it. Well, Mark Vega is still playing peekaboo. He is going to be right there in front of Robert Duvendak in that 99, and he is blinked out quite a few times, and you see how much space the 99 is giving him. He's given his internet a little bit of opportunity to catch up, so he's going to give the 8 enough space so they don't cause any incidents. So great awareness by the 99, not tucking up and being aware of where that car is going to flash back in, and there you see he just blinked out again. Hopefully he can get that corrected, because if you flash out too long, it will actually boot you off the track. So hopefully he can get that figured out and be out here battling for these positions. But you have a lot of playoff drivers right here all together. You have the 8, which is playing peekaboo, and you have Frittz in the 48. You have the 24. Riedinger and Parham right there all together. Those are 4 playoff drivers. And do we have any more playoff drivers? I know we have some more. They are just not listed with the P in front of their name. Well, I don't believe my ticker was trying to work. Well, Akers still out front. He's got Todd Poston right there behind him in third, pushing that number 4. Ooh, it looks like the 2 gave the 13 a bump, and it got him out of shape just a little bit. Got the 5. He is going to come on the high side. That's going to be Robert Duvendak right there behind the 5 of Joe Bell. Yeah, the schedule says to be determined, and the regular season winner is supposed to be his choice. So we'll hopefully we'll get that information tonight, or I'll try to have it posted, with the new link, and I'll try to schedule this race out in advance so y'all have that link. So when we get ready to go live, y'all will have that link already in advance. So hopefully nobody will lose it, but I'll try to post it, throughout the week. It's been busy over here at the Southern Broadcasting Gaming Network as we are trying to expand. We do have a second channel, and that is going to be Southern Broadcast GN over on the Twitch side. We might have a YouTube also, but we've been very busy, and thanks to everybody and all the leagues that have reached out to us, we have been able to expand. And if we get any bigger, we'll have to have 3 channels to make up for everything. Oh, and the 13 makes a little bit of contact with the 5, and that's going to bring out the yellow flag. Wow. So we got another one, and that was up towards the front, and I got to wait for all the incidents to stop happening before I can hit the replay, because I lost the yellow flag indicator. But that started with the 13 up front. Or maybe it started with the 5. We're going to stop it right there. We're going to go one more time. We're going to try to get the best camera angle possible and see where this all took place. Let's go right here. Back it up just a little bit. And it looks like maybe a little bit of contact from the 2 to the 5. 31's going to drop down. He had the lead. 13 is thinking he is going to go with him, but the 5 is going to be right there. So it looks like the 5 may have came down just a little bit, made contact with the 2. 2 is going to make contact with the 32, and it's just going to all unfold from there. And there you see the 32. He is going to go spinning, and he is going to make contact with the 55. 55 is going to make contact with the 9. And the 73 is going to have a little bit of contact. Let's watch Robert Duvendak. Is he going to... Wow, the 37 got put on spin cycle like yesterday's laundry. Wow. And he is still spinning down the track. A lot of good race cars are going to be involved. Randy Bonomi, he is going to be involved. The 25, once again, is going to be involved. So nobody may not... I don't believe anybody's going to be able to get their lap back unless they give them the lucky dog manually. So if Race Control gives him the lucky dog, he will get his lap back. But if they don't, because they were involved, will resume in their same position. Morrison is going to be 4 laps down. Madison is going to be the first car 1 lap down. A lot of people are going to come down and get those fast repairs done. Akers is going to be in. Stenson is going to be in. JR is going to be in. Johnson's going to be in. He does have a little bit of damage, and Boutwell, his rear end is all jacked up, and not by his tire guy. Akers is going to win the race off of pit road, and while we are under caution, we will go in and see if we can catch up with some of these drivers and see how their race is going, and we'll bring in Chris Akers from Caddyshack Motorsports. Candy Shack. Chris, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, Richard, I do.
Well, looks like you made it off of pit road. You beat the 31 off, and it looks like you've been doing some really good bump drafting up there towards the front. Tell me how your race is going. Tell me how you're feeling about tonight.
Stressed about tonight. I know I got to have the most laps led and pretty much win the thing to get in the top 4. So that's the game plan. And right now, we're doing exactly what we want. We lead the most laps and stay at the front as much as we can, stay out of trouble.
Absolutely. So with the pressure on you now, if you're somewhere in the middle, will we see a little bit of aggression come out?
Oh, you'll see the most aggression I've got. As soon as you put me under pressure, I do 10 times better. So, yeah, you'll definitely see me take it 3, 4. I'll do 4 wide in a heartbeat too. So I've been good at doing that. So you'll definitely see that come out in me.
Well, awesome. Well, right now you're out there leading, and you have led the most laps. You're almost halfway completed throughout the race. Good luck in that number 4 Candy Shack Motorsports Chevrolet.
Thank you, Richard. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. All right. Well, it looks like the pace car is going to be off, and it looks like a few other takers are going to go down pit road and maybe top off with a little bit more fuel. And we do have that 31 out there. He is going to be restarting in second. Let's go ahead and bring him up and see how he is feeling about his race car. See how that car is doing. Joey, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we've seen you go 3 wide. We've seen you go 2 wide, and you've been able to hold it. You got a little bit of damage on that back bumper, maybe from a bump that was a little bit too hard, but you've been up there in the top 5 most of this night. And tell us, how is that car feeling, and does it feel like a winner?
Man, it feels good. It seems to be fast. We worked pretty good as a team there. Got up here, got the lead. So I think tonight's going to be a lot about track position. Couldn't really get that third lane working, so maybe we can hold on to the track position. I think my teammate's going to be on the inside for this restart, but Kenneth is a really good pusher himself, so hopefully we can maybe take Chris on the start here.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, oh man, he just killed a cone. Chris does have to lead the most laps. Now, can you take it away from him, so he can't be locked into the playoffs?
Well, I mean, our goal really is to come out here, try to win tonight, but anything we can do to help our teammate Matthew Frittz get in the playoffs, we're going to try to do. So I actually did not know that. So now that you told me that, I guess that it will be a new goal, is to try to lead as much as I can. But if I'm showing up at a racetrack, I want to be out front, so it don't really matter. I'd love to lead every one of them if I can.
Absolutely. Well, that car looks pretty good out front, and you got a lot of competition right there coming up behind you. So good luck in the rest of the race, and we hope to talk to you afterwards.
All right, man. Have a good one. Appreciate it.
Not a problem. Oh my goodness, there are so many chats, and I'm so worried about putting them in the wrong chat. But I was able to put them in the right chat. I promise you, they got like 50 chats in here. But hopefully we will be able to talk to some more drivers as that pace car is going to dive off, and we're going to see Chris Akers bring them to the Guy Car restart zone once again here at lap 34, almost halfway there And here we go. Green flag will be flying once again as they come through the tri-oval. They got a little bit of a straightaway before they hit that Geico zone, and there it is. Green flag is out, and once again, our green flag is presented by Many Rays, proud sponsor of the NOMA Series, Super Speedway Series. Well, 3 cars had a really good restart, and that's going to be the 31, 24, and the 73 up there on the top. And the 4 and the 13 and the 32 had a pretty good restart. So they are all going to be side by side, pretty much door to door, as they are coming out of turn number 2. And it looks like the 19 is coming up. He's going to want. Excuse me, 19 was already there. The 55, he is coming up. He is finally wanting to play a little bit. He is going to be on that top side right there with the 19. You got the 2 coming back in the picture. That is going to be JR. He is going to be right there about 6th on that top line. And he is going to be up in the top 10. And looks like everybody else is spaced out just a little bit. Maybe not bobbled, but so far, Joey Hickox is going to take the 4's lead, and here comes the 24. He's going to be working on the outside. That's going to be Kenneth Redinger. He is going to be taking over the lead. He's got the 73 right there behind him. That is going to be J.R. Johnson, or Junior Johnson. He is going to be right there in second, but he is not going to be able to grab the lead as they are coming out of turn number 2. We'll put the track map back up so you can see exactly where they are on the track coming down the backstretch. It's going to be that 31 leading so far. Now he said he's got a goal to make, and that is to stop the 4 from leading the most laps. But we heard the 4 say, hey, if I'm behind somebody, you might see that bumper being used, and hopefully that does not happen, but we'll see how it plays out. Looks like the 4 is going to go up to the top side. He had a little bit of run on the top side. Now that's going to put the 13 and 31 nose to tail, and that's going to be teammates, and that is going to be where they want to be. So the 4th place is going to be Jay Stenson. He is going to have the 32, that 32 Toyota of Todd Poston. He is going to be 3rd in the line. 36 laps complete. We are over halfway now, and it's still anybody's race. We got a lot of racing here. This is 2.66 miles of a racetrack, and it looks like the 4 is now going to take over the lead from the 24. 24 are going to stay up high. He had no choice. The 4 abandoned him on the top side. He pushed him to the lead and said, nah, I'm going to leave you. So you find out who your friends are when you're at this track. Now coming through the tri-oval, it is going to be the 4 all day long, and we have a little bit of battles going back here. Let's go back towards the back, and we have the 37 looking on the high line. You got the 43 right there. That is going to be Robert Morrison. And the 37, he is going to try to, that is going to be Joseph Fogg. He is going to try to make a run on the top side with the 1 of Ronnie Morrison. So they are going to try to make a 3 wide, try to pass up the 43 and make a run for the front. Now, Morrison in that 1, he is going to be 4 laps down. So he is pretty much just out here helping whoever he can, hoping that he can get some of those laps back and challenge for a position. Well, the 4 and the 31 are trying their best to keep themselves out front and not allow the 24 to get up to them, because we have seen the 24 be able to control the race, or control both the lines of the race very well. But the 73 trying to get him out front, not going to be able to do it, as the 31, 4 and the 13 are pretty much locked in nose to tail. Well, while we are green flag racing, we will step aside and take a look at our sponsors. First is going to be the pit stall. Stand by.
We are the place where the toughest drivers will come to race from far and wide. But just who are we? We are the Pit Stall Racing Series.
All right, that was a pit stall, and we have one more, and that is going to be the Blue Ridge Auto Group.
We are the place where the toughest driver.
That's the wrong one.
When I was a little boy, every summer we'd put up hay, throw hay on my family farm. And my job was to drag the bales into piles of 10 or 12 so the high school boys that helped us didn't have to chase them down one by one just to get them on the wagon. Made it a little more efficient. And it was a really small part of the operation, but they appreciated it. And it made me feel like part of their team. And I'll never forget how that felt. By the time I was about 10 or so, I became the driver. And my daddy's message was real clear. Throw it in four-wheel drive and keep it between the fences, boy. And I fell in love with the freedom. There's a unique feeling that comes with a job well done, a sweetness born from the sweat and the dirt that only comes from the sweat and the dirt. But the sweetest feeling was the ride home. Dusk, windows down, radio up, smell of fresh cut hay in the air, and a smile on my daddy's face. In this life, we all want belonging, authenticity, to feel important. We just want to feel like home.
Caution, yellow flag.
Oh my goodness, and the caution is out. So the caution will fly, and our caution flag is going to be presented by the Pit Stall, the proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports Association. So the caution flag is out. We'll have to look and see exactly what happened. It looks like DJ Madish is going to be involved in one once again. So we'll go back full screen and we'll find out exactly what happened to Mr. DJ Madish. No front end on that race car, I'll tell you that. Wow, and he is going to take a major hit along with the one. But we want to see how it happened, so let's back it on up. And we'll try to get the best camera angle there is. And it looks like we are going to go full speed. It looks like he tapped the wall a little bit. He's got the 5. It's going to be very slow on that high side. So, and the 5 is going to be in the wall. 5 is going to come off the wall. It looks like the 25 touched the wall too. And the 25 is going to get into 56. 56 is going to get into the 5. And wow, up on 2 wheels. And they are going to be all crashing. It looks like the 37 is going to be involved. It looks like the 93 is going to make an evasive maneuver. Or excuse me, the 99 is going to make an evasive maneuver. Oh, the 56 is going to get double tagged. And the 73 did get a piece of that action also. So, and Mark Vega, oh my goodness, he is missing a hood. So, a lot of good cars. That is going to be a playoff driver right there. So you can pretty much tell that he is going to be pretty heated about that. Well, the 25 is going to be in the pits. He's going to get getting some repairs done. They might duct tape a bumper back up there, back on that car. But as of right now, we don't have a lot of racing left to go. We only have 28 laps left in the race. And it looks like that 24 is going to lead them all down pit road. Frank Ranger Jr., he's got a little bit of damage on that car, but he is going to stay out, maybe looking to see if there is going to be another caution. 13 viewers out there on the stream. I appreciate y'all stopping by. The Manny Mafia out there. Manny Ray's Mafia is going to be out there watching. He is going to be cheering on his drivers. Nancy is going to be out there, so I definitely appreciate y'all stopping by, spending the evening with me. Hopefully everybody is enjoying the broadcast. But while we are under caution, I am going to go and take a hydration break real quick, and I will be right back. All right, all right, all right. Well, we are back. Had to go grab me a monster mean bean so I can keep that energy up for y'all, as I just got off of work not too long ago and was able to get in the race and do these broadcasts for y'all. So hopefully y'all enjoy them. Well, Frank Ranger Jr., he is going to be out there up 20 positions from where he started this race, and now he is going to be scored leading some laps. He is going to have Chris Akers going to be starting in second. Todd Poston is going to be starting in third. Jay Stinson is going to be starting in fourth, up 5 positions. Got Keith Redinger. He is going to be starting in 5th. Robert Dubendak going to be restarting in 6th. And Sean Wilder going to be restarting in 7th. Justin Parham going to be starting in 8th. That's going to be a playoff driver. Russ Hancock going to be starting in 9th. And Randy Panomi going to be starting in 10th. So we got a little bit of time. Let's see if we can find... who do we want to... Let's bring up one of our playoff drivers, and he is going to be down here in the... Where is he going to be? Justin Parham. In the 19. Justin Parham, this is Richard up in the booth. Yeah, got a copy.
Yeah, I do.
Man, how is your race going? And it looks like you've almost been in some big ones, but you have been able to keep that car up in the top 10. But how is your race feeling? Do you have the car to win here tonight?
I believe so. Right now, I'm more or less just trying to stay out of trouble and really wait to make a move at the end.
Well, 3 wide action going all around the track, and you've been running very well here tonight. Definitely got to give you a shout out. Definitely had to bring you up to the booth. That car is looking really nice. I love the yellow and black, or black and yellow, whichever way you put it. But yes, you are one of the playoff drivers, so got to give you your shout-outs. Hopefully you have what it takes to get up there and win one and lock yourself in. But we will let you go back down to your chat, and we will catch you next. Hopefully catch you after the race.
All righty, thank you, sir.
Not a problem. All right, well, we are about to be a green flag racing once again. And Raymond Daniels and Richard, once again, thank you for the broadcast on Monday nights. Not a problem. Well, let's get ready for some more green flag racing as we are coming to about 25 laps to go. Once again, our green flag is presented by Manny Ray's, proud sponsor of the NOMA Series. That's the National Online Motorsports Association. And let's go see how Frank Ranger is doing on that restart. And it looks like he got a pretty darn good restart. Look how far he is from Todd Poston. Todd Poston, he's going to be a sitting duck. He's going to be a sitting duck out there. He's got nobody to draft with. He's going to pull down. Maybe that was his strategy, just get out there and lead a couple laps. And now he is going to give over the lead, and that is going to be to Chris Akers. Chris Akers got the 13 of Jay Stenson, going to be on the high side as they are coming through 3 and 4. Now coming into turn number 4 and out, it is going to be that third 32 of Todd Poston. He has got that Toyota TRD Toyota Power out front for a lap or so, and he has got the 24 Chevrolet of Kenneth Redinger. He is going to be right there in a third, now dropping down to 4th. So a lot of positions changing going on as we only have 25 laps to go. Still a lot of racing left, but they will go by before you know it. Are we ready to see some more 3-wide action? Yes, we are. I love the 3-wide action, and let's make sure that we got some sound there. Yes, we do. And the 4 and the 32 are pretty much side by side. It was so close, I really couldn't tell. Actually, I don't even think SDK could have told you who was in the lead, but we'll throw the tower back up, and we'll show you the battle box so you can see where all your favorite drivers are and see how many positions they are up. And let's find that battle box real quick. There it is. So let's show it. And we'll go to the screen. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? There it is. you have Todd Poston. He is doing a really good job as a big mover. You got really Robert Dudak is going to be the biggest mover of the race. He is going to be up 17 positions from where he started. So that's really good strategy and trying to stay out of trouble. Now we are almost looking to go 3 wide. It was like the 48 was looking to go 3 wide, but he decided not to. He saw a door, but they closed it really quick. And look at the 2. That is going to be J.R. Succumber. He is going to be on that outside all by himself, so he might go back behind Will Weber, which Will Weber is only running in the 12th position, so he'd only be losing 1 position on that outside if he were to tuck back into the draft on that middle line. And unless somebody jumps out there up to the top, he probably. That's what I would do, but 23 laps to go. We are still 2 wide racing, and Jay Stenson is going to be the leader of that top line with the 19 of Justin Parham. We just talked to him. He is going to be right there trying to push that 13 on up. There you see DJ Madish. He is going to be letting the leaders go right on by on the apron. But let's take a nose cam and see how close that car is running to the back bumper of that number 13 Blue Ridge Auto Group Chevrolet of Jay Stenson. Up to the bumper and possibly a little bit of a bump. No, he gives him a little bit of room, so that's good pushing. That's a guy that you want to have pushing. He gives you a little bit of room, and he is going to push Jay Stenson all the way up to the lead. And Justin Parham is going to be sitting right there in second. Now the 13 is going to dive it down to the bottom. Now the 31 probably discuss it with his teammates. Don't let that 4 lead the most laps. We want him to not have the most laps led, and now the 13 is going to take over the lead and try to lead him a few laps also. Chris Akers is going to be shown in second. Todd Poston is going to be shown in third. They are pretty much out in front of, well, looks like the highline just fell apart. Justin Parham going to be dropping back along with the 66 of Randy Bonomi. He is going to be in that top lane, and here comes a 4. He is going to make an aggressive move with all the guys behind him, and this is going to be all teammates right here, I do believe. You got Todd Poston. Yeah, that's going to be all teammates right there. And where is down there with Parham? So the 24 is not a teammate, but that was like synchronized moving by the 4, the 32, and the 24, like they were all in the same chat. But the 24 is not in the same chat with the other 2. Well, it looks like 24 wants a piece of the action. He's going to try to make a move with Robert Dumendak up 18 positions. And the 24 is, the 32 is going to be up 14 positions right there in second place. Let's go back through the field and see what we can find. We do have a couple slow cars back here, but we're going to hide this battle box so we can actually see some. He's still got a little bit of damage. You got Sam Boutwell. He's trying to hold on to what he can with a little bit of damage to his race car. And you got Mark Vega. He is going to be trying to make up every spot that he can. He's trying to hold on to those playoffs. He has a pretty clean race car, but he may have lost the ground. Well, let's go back up front, and it looks like Jay Stenson, he is going to be up here in the front, leading the race with the 24 of Keith Redinger. He started on the pole. Now he's running in second. He is pushing that 13 with all he's got. Now, this is probably where the 13 wants to stay because that 24 is going to be very fast on that high line. But no, he's going to dive it down. It looks like the 19 just had a little bit of wiggle with that third car in line on the top side. And the 13 is going to lose the lead to Robert Duvendeck and Keith Redinger right here on the top lane. So if I was the 13, I would have stayed out, but out there on that top, you got the 9, Will Weber. Will Weber, he's going to be looking to that high side. Couldn't get a run. He did have a nice little run, but it kind of stalled out in the only car. Looks like the two man, where's he at? Oh, sorry, wrong car. Wrong junior. Succumber is going to be right there in that 2 car, and it looks like they are going to be putting some cars more laps down. That is going to be the 56. He is trying to hold on to everything he's got. That's going to be Tyler Clemens. He has got a lot of damage to the rear end of that race car. And here comes Mark Vega, just going to fly right on by him like he is standing still, single car. Well, the 13 of Jay Stenson has drifted his way up to the top side once again, and he is going to be the lead car on that top side. He is going to have Robert Duvidak try to push him up to the lead once again. Let's see if that 13 can make it. They are all tucked in, nose to tail, to the 19 and wiggling just a little bit. And don't get me wrong, that might not be a wiggle. That might be, putting his car out into some fresh air, cooling that car down, because if you stay in that draft too long, up underneath the back bumper of the another race car, you can overheat that car and you will be down on power before you know it. But it looks like Jay Stenson, he is going to be looking for that lead once again, and here they come down into turn number 1, and Stenson is going to have the lead with Robert Duvidak trying to look for second. Can he get any more? But that 4 and that 24 are hooked up and ready to go like it's the last lap, and we have 17 laps to go. This race is just flying by, and let's take a look at the speeds that they have, and we'll switch over to our ATVO camera, and there you go, 191 miles an hour down the backstretch. So that's pretty impressive. Some pretty impressive speeds, and doing a little bit of bump drafting as well. Well, the one that's going to be looking for a caution is going to be this man right here. That is going to be Mark Vega. He is way down. He is about 7 seconds back, and he has no help. So he's going to be looking for a caution to come out to be back out there battling positions. You got Johnson, Junior Johnson right there. He is going to be in the 16th. You got Sam Boutwell. He is still on the lead lap, but he is falling fast. And you got Ranger Jr. He is going to be all the way back here in 19th. So they are going to catch him quick, fast, and in a hurry if a caution does not come out. There is the track map, and there you can see where everybody is, and he is going to be the next car to go a lap down if we do not see the caution. Well, that 4 car is going to be right back out front once again, and along with Ranger, he is going to be working on that outside. So it looks like the 24 is going to have a little bit of help from the 13, and they do not want this 4 to lead the most laps. And here we go. The 24 is going to be down on the bottom lane once again, getting a little bit of shove from the 4 coming out of turn number 2. And here comes that 13. He is going to be working on that top side. Here comes the 4. He is going to cut off the top side, and a little bit of bump, and that's going to send the 4 car to the wall. Wow. So that was a heck of a lot of momentum, and he did not wreck out, so the caution is not going to fly. But we have to go back and take a look at that, because that was craziness. And let's stop it right there so we can see exactly what happened. I think it was just a lot of momentum, and trying to check up from the back. We'll stop it right there. Let's find our best camera. We might have to go to the chase camera. No, not that one. The chase cam. And we're going to ride around with the 4 and see exactly what happened. If he got a bump, there he goes to the high side. Yeah, he got a little bit of bump, and that was just so much momentum from the 13, to slow it down. So he's going to have a lot of damage, and that might ruin his race for this evening. We'll go back live so we can have a live view of what's going on. But luckily, we didn't, unfortunately, we did not see a caution for that. But hopefully, one will come back out, and he will be able to catch back up to the lead pack. As it doesn't look like he's got a lot of damage to that race car, but he's going to be riding in 14th, and he's gonna have a lot of work to do to catch up to at least Will Weber, and Weber and him can work together and maybe work themselves up. 14 laps to go as they cross the start-finish line. 13 laps to go as they cross the start-finish line, and it is going to be Jay Stenson who's going to be still working on that high side with Robert Duvidak, but you got Redinger. He is going to be right there on the bottom with Poston. Now these two have been pretty much, him and the 4 have been pretty much glued together, and I can almost hear the radio chat. Now I'd love to be a fly on the wall to see what is being said in some of these team chats, but you got the 13, 99, and the 31 working really well together, along with the 19 of Justin Parham. And Raymond Daniels saying, let's go 48, 13, 31, and 66. And they are pretty much. 48 is just back here hanging out. He is going to be, he's just going to be riding along, seeing watching all this stuff up front. He's got 12 laps to go. I believe he's just hanging out to find out how he can sneak a win. I think he's just buying his time. That's what I think he's doing, and that's going to be Matthew Frittz doing a really good job here. We'll throw his information up here so you can see. The 55, you know, I got to give him a little bit of credit. That's going to be Albie. He wins from Leeds, Maine. He is doing a pretty good job here. He is running in the top 10. He's going to be up 12 positions, so he's a pretty big mover. If he can move up through the field, 91 is going to make a run on the outside. He's got a little bit of rear end damage, but he's got a little bit of help, and now he's got a little bit more help. And there you see the 19. That is Justin Parham trying to make a move, but didn't have enough help to really make it up there. Well, so did that ruin the 4's most laps led here tonight? 14 viewers out there on the stream. I appreciate y'all stopping by, joining me here on this Monday night. I know the work week just started, but hopefully it started out well. I'm not a Monday person, but my Monday was actually pretty good. 43 going to make it a 4 wide situation as he is going to stick to the bottom. Or excuse me, 3 wide, almost 4 wide. He is going to stick it to the bottom, and he is going to be in the first car 1 lap down. He's going to be looking for Carson and get his lap back. Still 10 laps to go. That is going to be a little over 20 miles left here at Talladega. And I wish I had the information on how many cars led how many laps. I do not have that information. But the 24 of Redinger, he's still going to be on that bottom side. Still got a 32 right there, pushing him as much as he can. We'll get rid of the driver information because we know who we're watching right now. But we still have a pretty good pack, so anything can happen. 9 laps to go as we cross over the start-finish line. And it is going to be Stetson up there leading another lap. If he can clear the 24, he's going to need Robert Duveneck to really give him a shove down this backstretch. Don't want to push too much into corners, but you got the 13. You got the 13 leading this top pack. You got the 99. You got the 31. So a lot of good pushers that are really going to stack themselves up and maybe put them in a position to win. And he is going to take over the lead once more. But the 24 is going to fight right back on the bottom side. He is going to have that 32. Toyota jumped right up underneath his back bumper. Now they are going to be catching some lap cars, so we're going to have to see how this plays out. That is going to be the 1, and that is going to be Ronnie Morrison. They're going to dive it down to the bottom lane, and we're going to see them dive into the pits. Now they do have the 25 coming up, and they do have the 5, and that is going to be John Bell. I thought that was 5. Oop, we lost camera. Oh, excuse me, that was the 47. Kevin Holmes had the same color car. Sorry about that. But that is going to be Sam Boutwell. He's going to be now he is going to be the first car 1 lap down. You only have about 16 cars on the lead lap. J.R. Johnson will be the next one if they are able to catch him with 8 laps to go. And it looks like we had something fall apart, and there it is. There it is. The 32 is going to be involved. We're going to have to go and take a look and see what happened there, because it looks like we had another big one, and the 13 did survive. So we're gonna oh my goodness, oh wow, we're gonna have to stop that right there. We're gonna go back a little bit, and it started up front. And let's, DJ Madish going to be right there in front of everything. And riding that middle lane is probably not the best lane to be in at this particular moment in time. You have the leaders coming, and they are coming fast. You are very slow on the racetrack, and we're going to stop it right there. We're going to find a different camera angle. No, not that one. Nope. Give me something good. And he is going to be right there in the middle lane. Knowing the leaders are coming, they could have split him, yes, but and the 13 just plows right on through him and going to catch the 99, going to catch the 31. 31 is going to go in and get into the 19, or 19 is going to come down and get into the 31. And let's see, Matthew Frittz, I do believe, made it through. 19 is going to get it again, and it looks like the 343, he is just going to, he's going to slide up there to that wall, make a little bit more contact with 31 possibly. 99 is spinning down. That's going to be Robert Dubendak. Oh, so that's not what they wanted to see. Not this late in the race. You do not want to see a lap car taking up the middle lane, and that's going to move some of these guys that were just hanging out in the back. That's going to 24 is still going to have the lead. You got Randy Bonomi. He is going to be right there. Succumber, he's going to be right there in third, up 10 positions. You got Todd Poston, he's going to be up 12 in fourth. You got Albie, he wins right there. And you know what? While we are under caution, let's go ahead and see if we can find Hewins and talk to him for just a minute. I did see him in the chat earlier. Oh, there he is. Mr. Hewins, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do. How's it going?
Going pretty good. Well, I don't believe I broadcasted you before, but it's good to see you out there on the track. And you are actually, right now, a big mover of the race. You are up 17 positions, and that Toyota has been flying. You got into a little bit of incident earlier, but you've saved that fast repair, and now it's looking really good. And it kind of looks like Paul's car from Fast and Furious.
It is. I got lucky a couple times, though. I had to use fast repair. But we're here at the end. We'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, you're running in fifth right now, so you'll have the inside lane on the restart. So hopefully you can get hooked up with one of the teammates in the chat, and y'all can work y'all's way to a win, and hopefully get somebody in that team locked into the round of 4.
Yeah, that's the goal. I'm usually racing Monday night. I had an off week this week, so I thought I'd come help out if I could. So.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you talking with me, and maybe we'll be talking to you after the race.
Yeah, we'll see. Thanks a lot.
Not a problem. Oh, did I put him in the right chat? I think I did. All right, so we are going to bring up Todd Poston and see how he is feeling. That was a scary situation. Mr. Todd Poston, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, it looks like that 32 Toyota Supra has been up front, quite a while, and you have been locked to the back bumper of the 4, and then you got locked to the back bumper of the 24, and now you find yourself in 4th position. Tell us, how is that Toyota feeling, and is it got enough in it to win it?
Car feels good. Definitely has enough in it. It's just got to be clean. I don't know if you saw during that replay, but I got sent down through the grass sideways. It's amazing I didn't hit anything.
I was watching. There were so many cars involved. I was like, oh my goodness, it started everywhere. But I kind of have mixed feelings about how that all played out due to a lap car. So.
Yeah, we've had a few issues with lap cars tonight, so that'll be cleaned up. But it's been a good race other than that.
Absolutely, it's been a fun race, and you're going to have 4 to go as you cross over the start and finish line. So good luck in the rest of this race, and maybe we'll be talking to you, with one of those podium finishes here tonight.
Yes, sir. We're going to try.
Absolutely. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
Oh, he pulled himself down. Oh, that made it so easy. So easy. I was worried about sending him to the wrong chat. All right. I don't want to hear all the F-bombs being dropped now. Just because that card didn't move out of the way. Yeah, but you know what the really good thing is? The 48 right there in 6. About to go green flag racing once again. And once we go green flag racing, we'll tell you what the good thing is about all this. Well, once again, our green flag is out, and that is going to be presented by Manny Reyes, proud sponsor of NOMA, National Online Motorsports Association. And Randy Bonobi is going to be able to take the lead for a moment, but that 24 has got a lot to say, but he's got the 32 right there behind that 66, and he's got a lot of Toyota power, and he's got some Chevrolet power coming up. And the good thing about this is that 31, that 13, and everybody that was involved that was pretty much up there leading, they did have a fast repair, so they got those cars fixed up. And don't look now, but somebody that was looking for a caution got his caution, and that is going to be the 4 of Chris Akers. Now we saw a little bit of bump up from the to the 4, and that pretty much sent the 4 to the wall. But let's see if there may be a little bit of retaliation. We don't know, or maybe that was 31. But there's been a lot of good green flag racing, and like I said, I do believe a little bit of contact with the 4, and I believe that was from the 91. Yes, that's going to be the 91. That is going to be Sean Wilder. He is right there in the mix of the things, and here comes the 13, and he is going to take over a position. That's going to be for the 9th position, and you got Will Weber right there in the 3. He is going to be right there on that top side. He's got the 4 of Chris Akers right there behind him, and then they got Robert Duvendak right there in that 99 with Justin Parham. He is going to be right there, and we had a few cars blink out. Don't do that to me. But a lot of good racing is still left. Here they come through out of turn number 4, and let's go back up to the front. We are going to have 2 laps to go as they cross over the start-finish line. There you see the 4 making a evasive maneuver to that middle lane. He is going to have the 31 right there, and we're going to have to see how this plays out. And here comes the 24. You got Randy Bonomi. He's going to be in the lead. You got the 2 of Shacumber, he is going to be right there in second. You got the 55 of Albie. He wins. Oh, he's going to be around. Here comes another big one. Wow. So are we going to see the caution fly? But that, if we don't see the caution fly, you're going to have Randy Bonomi. You're going to have the 31 right there on the bottom. We're not going to see the white flag here. Nobody really spun out. But the 24 is going to be sitting in second. You got the 48 trying to make something happen on the high side. And here they come through the trioval, and we will see the white flag this time by. And there it is, our final lap. Our white flag is presented by the Blue Ridge Auto Group, and that is another proud sponsor of the National Online Motorsports Association. But we're going to go back to full screen racing as here they come side by side. Brandon Bonomi still sitting right there in the front. You got the 32 of Todd Post, and he is working his way up to second position, pushing that 24. Then the 4 is going to be stuck on the outside all by himself, but here comes Will Weber to the rescue. He is going to give that number 4 a little bit of bump. Then you got the 13 right there in the mix. You got Justin Parham right there. But can Randy Bonomi hold on to it as they come through the trioval? It looks like the 24 and 32 have a pretty good run on the outside. Oh, and the 2 is going to spin Randy Bonomi. There goes the 32. 24 might win this thing all by himself, and Jay Stinson going to bring home second. Will Weber going to bring home third, and Matthew Frittz going to bring home fourth. Wow, Chris Akers is going to work in fifth. We're going to have to go back and take a look at that checkered flag finish because that was a wild one. Let's go, and we're going to ride. We're going to stop it right there because look at the move that the 2 is going to take. Now, I don't know if they have a yellow line rule, but he put 2 tires, and we're going to find the 2, and that is going to be JR, and we're going to play it from there. And watch this move. Down to the apron. He is going to take the apron. He could not hold it down there, and he is going to make contact with the 66 of Randy Bonomi. Now Randy Bonomi might have had it here. There you see the Todd Post, and he is going to get a little bit of that action too. I believe he is going to finish this race backwards. You got Parham. He is going to take a ride sideways. He is going to give the 32 a little bit of a bump, and here comes the 13. Wow, look at all that stuff unfold. Will Weber going to be sideways crossing over the finish line. Wow. And it still is going on. I think we have a car back there flipping. Oh, my goodness. That is going to be Joey Hickox. He is going for a ride. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Where is his cockpit view? We got to ride along with him. Oh, my goodness. He's staring up at the sun. He is still flipping. I don't even know if I'll be able to count the barrel rolls. We're going to have to back that up just a little bit, and we're going to ride on board with him. Let's go to his cockpit cam, and here it is. There you see the 2. It drops down below the yellow line and makes a little bit of contact, and that's going to give the 24 a little bit of damage, and 31 has nowhere to go, and he is going to make contact with the 32. So, you know, the 31 and 32 were pretty much just innocent bystanders, and they are going to collect a whole lot more traffic than just that. He is going to be pushing that car, and he's going to be bulldozing that car, and here he goes. He is going to hit this wall, I believe, right about there, and here we go, rolling, and let's go full speed for this one. Bam, bam. Now, if that doesn't make you dizzy, I don't know what will. And he is still going, and I think he ended up on his roof. So, what a wild ending that was. But Will Weber, we'll go ahead and see what our finishing or our official finishing order is, and give me 1 second for that, folks. All right, tonight's finishing order is gonna be Redinger is going to bring home that #1 spot. He is going to bring home the win. You got Jay Stenson. He is going to be in second. You got Will Weber finishing in third. You got Matthew Frittz finishing in fourth. You got Chris Akers going to be finishing in fifth. That 91 of Sean Wilder is going to be finishing in sixth. Justin Parham is going to be finishing in seventh. Joey Hickox finishing barrel rolling across the finish line. He is going to finish eighth. Robert Duvendeck, he got a piece of that action too. He is going to finish ninth. Todd Poston in 10th. Randy Bonomi in 11th. Mark Vega in 12th. And you got Junior Johnson in 13th. You got J.R. Shakomer in, like I said, I hope I'm saying that right, in 14th. Albie, he wins in 15th. He was running really good, and we just interviewed him. Sam Bowell in 16th. Russ Hancock in 17th. We got Frank Ranger Jr. He is going to be in 18th. 19th. 19th is going to be Robert Morrison. 20th is going to be Tyler Clemens. 21st is going to be Ronnie Morrison. DJ Madish is going to be 22nd. Joseph Fogg going to be 23rd, and John Bell is going to be 24th. Rattled the marbles in the 31. Yeah. Yes, that is absolutely right. Congrats to the top 3 drivers, Miss Nancy says. Hopefully you are locked into the final 4. All right, well, we will see if we can track down our podium finishers, and let's see if anybody's in the waiting room. No, I'm going to have to go find them. Well, we will see if we can find Mr. Will Weber first. And Will Weber, there he is. Shooter McGavin Motorsports, and here we go. I thought there was a rule to be in the waiting room. Mr. Will Weber, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
Well, through all the chaos on that final lap coming across the start-finish line, man, you are able to make it through and bring home a third-place finish. Man, tell us how that number 9 Shooter McGavin's Motorsports Chevrolet is feeling tonight.
Well, it was a wild one, and Honestly, was just trying to stay out of trouble most of the night. Got caught up a little early and was really conservative. And had my buddy Chris Akers there in front of me. I thought we had a hot chance there to go up and snag one, but obviously happy to make it through the wreck.
Yeah, that was a wild one, and I don't know if you can, but go back and look at your replay and just ride on board with the with the 31. It was
Okay.
that was a wild finish, but man, you did pretty good. You pretty much hung out in the back, and you know. You were there when it really counted. I mean, you were trying to help your teammate out, but that didn't work out very well. But you were able to prevail. So you only got one more race. We don't even know where it's going to be. Are you happy? You know, what are you thinking about the mystery track?
I'm thinking no matter what that we might be looking at a repeat champion in the 99. That's going to be my prediction for next week.
Okay.
And you guys might as well lock that in.
All right. Well, you are predicting the 99 to win a back-to-back championship. All right. So we will lock that in. But great job here tonight. You were up 2 positions from where you started. So, you know, not too many moves on the track, but you know, just enough to get you on the podium. So congratulations on that, and you get all the shout-outs that you would like to give, my friend.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Just shout out to my teammates on Shooter McGavin Motorsports and my wonderful sponsor, Pieces of Shit for Breakfast. Breakfast of Champions.
I think that's the first time I heard you say that, but awesome. Awesome. Well, we appreciate you stopping by. We can't wait to see what you got for us in 2 weeks. So hang on tight, and we'll catch you next time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That was actually pretty cool. All right, so Jay Stinson is going to be our second place finisher, and we're going to be able to interview him in just a moment. So let's find Mr. Stinson. He is going to be around here somewhere. There he is. Jay, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah. Hey, Richard. What's going on, buddy?
Not a whole lot, man. That was a wild finish, and you just pretty much pushed your way through it and brought home a second place finish. Man, your teammates were all around you flipping and barrel rolling down the front stretch, but you pushed your way to bring home second. Congratulations on that second place finish, my friend.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I got to thank all my teammates and you know, Joey and Matt and Randy, and then Albert was in there with us hanging out, and you know, all these guys worked together. Our whole plan was to make sure that you know, Frittz ended up in that championship 4 and just make sure we get him enough points to represent us and the team. And you know, I feel terrible. There's a couple of instances out there to where I made a mistake. You know, on Chris, I pushed him in the wrong spot, trying to get him back out to the lead, and it kind of cost him a little bit. And then miscommunication of which way to go and who to go with, which you know was my fault again. So stuff I need to clean up and make sure I take care of next year and the rest of the season.
Well, you know, it was a fantastic race, and like you said, you did give him a little bit of bump. I think that was you that, you know, sent him up towards the wall just a little bit, but I believe that was kind of a momentum.
Yeah, well, no, he was clear. He did all the right things. I caught him in the wrong spot, trying to shove him back in front of Redinger, and you know, it just got him. It just got him all out of sorts, and that was my fault. I just hit him in the wrong spot. So I'll take responsibility for that. Chris runs really straight lines, so it's hardly ever him is the issue. I just hit him in the wrong spot.
And this is why I'm the broadcaster, because I don't see everything that goes on the track, but you know, I'm pretty sure he will accept that apology. But you know, as for you know, it is the almost the last race of the season. We do not have a track for next season as of yet. You know, how you feeling about that mystery track coming up?
I feel pretty good. Like I like all the super speedway tracks we run. The regular season champ will choose, and so you know, chances are it's you know here at Daytona, I would imagine. But you know, so I would say here, it just makes for a great race, three-rider racing, and makes for exciting time and some good wrecks and keeps everybody involved a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, Blue Ridge Auto Group is definitely proud of you for putting their car on the podiums, and with those podium finishes, you can give all your sponsors all the shout outs you'd like.
I would like to thank Blue Ridge. It's a place I work. They decided to sponsor, some of the league and my car, and Manny Ray's, great guy, came along, has been with us here and the Truck Series. Couldn't ask for a better lead sponsor. The pit stall, just all these guys that come along and help us out, Flatwoods and H&H Tractor Works, and just everybody that sees the future and wants to be involved and helps us out run this thing, and Guy for doing race control. He doesn't have to do that. He does it to make sure that everybody has an enjoyable race and helps us so we can just race. So I really appreciate Guy putting in the time and the effort to do that. And just all these guys are showing up every week. I know how it is on a round of 8, on a championship 4, you don't get as big as turnout, but 25 strong, and guys are just coming out here having a good time and having fun. So it's been a great season, and just proud of everything we're doing here.
Absolutely. Well, I'm definitely glad to be a part of it. And Nancy Hickox is out there saying, congratulations, Jay. You had a great run tonight. So happy for you.
Hey, thanks, Nancy. Always a supporter. Nancy is our biggest fan. Love that woman. She is so supportive and always here. She needs a shout out more than anybody. We appreciate it, Nancy. Thanks for always being there, rooting us on. Yeah, we love you.
All right. Well, Jay, I'll let you get back down there to your teammates and celebrate a little bit more and figure out those points. Just make sure y'all at least get one of those guys in to the top, the final 4.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you.
Not a problem, my friend.
Thanks for everything you do, Richard, man. We really appreciate it, and thank you for coming on and taking care of it, man. You're a great guy, and we really enjoy everything you're doing.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. I really appreciate being here. It's been fun. It has been a long time, but, I'm feeling like I'm starting to get to know everybody, and everybody enjoys what I'm doing.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right, my friend. Well, we're going to go catch up to our leader, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you soon, because you got to send me some truck pictures.
Yes, sir. Yep. I'll get taken care of, pal.
All right.
All right.
All right, so that was our second place finisher of Jay Stenson. And now we're going to go catch up to our winner, and that is going to be Keith Redinger. Let's go see if we can find him in the chat. So what a wild finish that was. He was able to squeak through. And let's see, there he is. Mr. Kenneth, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, I apologize. I've been calling you Keith all night. I don't know why.
We've been doing it for like the last good bit of races, but I've never corrected you. I'm trying to remember at the end of the races, but
well, now I've caught myself, and I hate doing that. Yeah, I hate mispronouncing. But anyways, well, you ran a very good race. You led a lot of laps. You had some help behind you. You had a 32 pushing. Y'all were pretty much a nose to tail glued together for a lot of the race, and you fell back at the beginning of the race, and then you just worked yourself right up through the field, and you end up winning. So tell us a little bit about your race, and the floor is yours.
Yeah, it was good. Good to start off at the front. Get just wanted to get the pole and get a lap led for the bonus point, and then after that first caution, it was the plan to go back there and hang out with my teammate for a little while, try to avoid any big kind of wrecks that were going to happen, and once we realized that probably wasn't going to be any big wrecks, we decided just to start moving up there and trying to get track position again. So I was able to get it and keep it, and at the end there I was able to pretty much mirror drive the 32. So I think it was trying to get to my outside, but I kept trying to mirror drive when I felt the rear end kind of getting a little loose, but luckily I was able to keep a hold of it and stay up there. So
well, you were able to keep a hold of it, but some others were not.
Yeah.
That was a very big one.
That looked pretty ugly coming out of 4 hours. As soon as I seen, I don't know who that was on the bottom.
That was Randy Bonomi.
Yeah, Randy Bonomi. He got spun. I knew it was pretty much in the bag. I just had to make sure the 32 didn't get to my outside, but then he got spun, and after that, there's nothing else for me to block. So it was smooth sailing. So
Yeah, that was a wild finish right there. Actually, that was one of the best finishes because we got to we got to see the 31 actually flipping down the front stretch. But man, you did a really great job here tonight, and I love the talent that's in this series. Y'all keep it really clean until until it matters, and then everybody wants to
right.
win. But congratulations, you run a really good truck race. I wasn't able to race with y'all Saturday, but I'm pretty sure you put on a really good show there too, and really good show here tonight. So
Yep.
man, you know what comes with those podium finishes, and I know you're used to them. Man, you are welcome to give all the shout outs you would like to give.
Yeah, just a shout out to the league putting their, they gotta schedule these things and make sure that they're, officiated, and then shout out to my teammate. He gave me all the help he could throughout the race. Even though his shot that make it the cut was a long shot, so he kind of threw that away and tried to help me when he could. So shout out to him.
Absolutely. Well, next week you're off, but the week after you're going to have a mystery track, which is going to be one of 3 tracks. It's either going to be Daytona, Talladega, or Atlanta. So, which one are you hoping for?
I'm set for anyone. It doesn't matter to me. I'm ready to go. So
ready to go and hopefully put a championship under you, huh?
Yep.
All right. Well, the odds are stacked against you. We have already heard that from Will Weber, the 99 locked in. Going to be he's going to be a 2-time winner.
I'll have to prove him wrong.
That's what I like to hear. All right.
Yep.
Well, my friend, great race here tonight, and we will talk to you. Are we racing in trucks next Saturday?
I think we have a off weekend.
Oh, well, okay. Well, we
Yep.
will talk to you in about 2 weeks then,
Yep.
unless I catch y'all in practice. But great job here tonight, and we will talk to you later.
All right. Thank you. Good night.
Good night. All right, so that's going to conclude our broadcast for tonight. Actually, no, it's not. We do have a biggest mover, and that is going to be that Manny Ray's number 48. He was up 13 spots from where he started. We'll go ahead and let him, give a few shout-outs. Mr. Matthew Frittz, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Well, I just wanted to come up and congratulate you for being one of the biggest movers of the race. You were up 13 spots, and I'll let you give some of those shout-outs because your sponsor is watching.
Oh, yeah. It was a crazy night. I almost ruined everything when I got on the apron and wrecked and saved it, and I was holding onto the wheel with white hands. I was scared, but yeah, I want to thank Raymond, great sponsor, and everybody watching and teammates, and going for a championship. And I'm just happy to be here, and it's been a blast, and appreciate you guys broadcasting. My family's watching, and it's great.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you coming up in the booth and talking to us for a minute. Just wanted to give you those shout-outs. And you do have a tied competitor, and that's going to be Robert Duvendak for 13 spots. So we're going to go ahead and grab him, and then we're going to call in a night.
Appreciate it.
Not a problem, my friend. Good job.
Thank you.
And last but not least, Robert Duvendak. This is Richard up in the booth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I am doing pretty good, and hopefully you are, but you are one of our biggest movers, so we figured we would bring you up and let you give a few shout-outs to your sponsors due to the fact that, biggest mover is a pretty good accomplishment, especially making it through all the chaos that happened out there on the track.
Boy, all the chaos is right. I tell you what. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bragging right to be the biggest mover. I don't qualify most of the time anyway. I like to start at the back, especially here in the playoffs, and kind of ride the race out. So I would hope I'd be the biggest mover starting in the rear. If not, then I had a bad night. So it was a good night. Unfortunately, we didn't get the finish we were looking for. I was trying to help out Chris Akers there at the end, and got wrapped up in a couple lappers causing some wrecks, and yeah, it was just a rough night all around. But I think I had a big enough of a lead there in the points that I should still be making it into the Final Four. So we're gonna gather ourselves back up this week, and I think we're back here at Talladega again for the championship race. and go out there and see if we can win back-to-back championships.
Absolutely. Well, Will Weber already has got you as his pick to win, to win the championship. So, but you got a few out there that say they're going to prove you wrong or prove him wrong. But I still had to bring you up, give you a little bit of shout outs.
I appreciate it, and if Will didn't choose me, then I'd have to pick a bone with him. So would have a little trouble there. So, but I think. If my math's right, I think it's going to be me, Akers, Redinger, and Frittz. So I mean, that's a really, really solid top four. Normally, I can go into the final four and have some confidence, but I tell you what, with those going against those three, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough next week to repeat. So we'll just have to avoid the chaos. Hopefully, better than we did this week, and see if we could be there at the end to battle it out with those three.
Now, Kenneth said it doesn't matter what track he's at; he's going to try to win it. Now, and I asked him which one would he prefer. He couldn't. He didn't really have preference. He said, "Bring them all on." What is your what track would you like to see?
Well, I was the regular season champion, so I got to choose it, and they only gave me the choice of Dega and Daytona, so I chose Dega, just because of the multi-groove. The wider lanes here gives you more options with 3 wide, and to make moves, and gives people a little more room, which, hey, I thought we were going to be better with that this week, but you saw the chaos there with we still had chaos with lappers there with the wide tracks. So hopefully this was let's just call this a practice race for next week, and hopefully everyone gets a little better and minds their P's and Q's next week and races a little smarter there.
Absolutely. Well, we now know where the track is going to be. I appreciate that information. Miss Nancy was asking, so we got that coming up in 2 weeks. So, but I'll let you get back down and y'all do y'all's thing. And we're going to call it a night here on the stream. So we will catch you later.
You guys have a good night.
You too. All right, so Miss Nancy, it is going to be at Talladega. Well, to all the mothers out there, if we don't see, you don't hear from us on Mother's Day, then we hope you all have a happy Mother's Day from us over here at Southern Broadcast Gaming. So next week is off week, Miss Nancy. I won't be able to see you, and some of the other mothers that may be watching. Y'all have a happy Mother's Day. Hope you have a great day. That is your day. You definitely earned it. But that's going to be all for me tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the broadcast. Definitely hit that like, share, and subscribe. And know when we go live, we got a lot of great things coming up. And hopefully around the 29th, we are going to be putting something very special on for our veterans. So definitely keep stay in the loop, and we will be posting stuff on that is going to be a charity race, and that is going to be, we've already named it. We got your 300. It's going to be 150 laps at Michigan. So and once again, that's a charity race for the Hope for the Warriors, and that is a foundation that was founded by Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump. Gary, I always mess up his last name, but you know who I'm talking about. But we will have all that information posted on, we know it's going to be on the 29th, and that is going to be the Memorial Day weekend, and it's going to be about 9 o'clock Eastern time. So please tune in, and we will catch y'all next time. Y'all have a good rest of your week. God bless, and we will see y'all.